It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports, and the spotlight is on Justin Herbert.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Cleveland Browns and the Washington Commanders. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And CD, you look at Washington coming into play here. Well, they're pacing the NFL in passing yardage this season, but a tough test awaits them to stay in that top spot as they face one of the league's best secondaries.
And partner, with how they've played this season, both sides are awfully confident they'll be able to put up big-time numbers. I think this is going to be a very entertaining game just because of that. So let's say it together. Eventually, something's got to give.
And 10 forthcoming. We have a red zone alert as well as this offense looks to punch it in a scoreless first quarter. Throwing Jones. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Flipped off by Pat Surtain. And the Browns are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to 50.
Here we go, set.
This defense already looking at a deficit on the scoreboard, but now what can they design here to disrupt this third down? And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Adafe Owe able to record his 5th sack of the season. We have a red zone situation brewing. This defense on their heels a little bit as they get set to defend a 1st and 10 with the ball at the 16. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten the yard down to the 16. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now here's another carry for Harris. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 41 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Harris. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Second quarter, this defense looking for a big 3rd down stop here. They're already down on the scoreboard, just trying to get the ball back to their offense. Now he's flushed out right. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Now Jones. Able to find his man. It's Pickens. And he's going to have a Commander. The yards as they're able to get. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. From the 4, this is second down and 1. Back to throw again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Kaiir Elam makes a pick. He's at the 40, the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has... Let's get back into the action. The situation, ball in the red zone. It's second down, and the defense needing to step up. Harris going to get it again on second down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah.
This offense has been sustaining a nice, long, successful drive here. Now they're looking to finish it off. First and goal in the red zone. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Justin Jefferson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Commanders are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before. Second quarter, this defense looking for a big third down stop here. They're already down on the scoreboard, just trying to get the ball back to their offense. Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give him. Going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. One final possession for the Commanders in this opening half. And with time quick. We have a red zone situation brewing. This defense on their heels a little bit as they get set to defend a 1st and 10 with the ball at the 16. Now a first down carry for Harris. He had to fight that time. Ran through 1 tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. On second down, this is Harris. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're pretty good?
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Dafe Owe picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, obviously the pass rush gets the glory and the statistics on this play, but the coverage, they deserve a ton of credit too. Denied open windows, erased the quarterback's targets 1 by 1. Everywhere he looked, someone was covered. Only a matter of time before someone got there to bring him down.
So on 4th down, Kevin Stefanski trots out the field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense... 3. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Commanders preparing for their next possession. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And this one is incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. From the pistol, they run it with Cook. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. Got a man, it's Chase, he completes it. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
I don't know about you, but I'm going to give them a little bit of credit for fortitude there. 4th and inches, and they don't run the football. Normally you just wedge your way through, fall forward, find the yardage. They took a shot, put it in the air, and it paid off.
Maybe they saw the defense overcommitting.
A lot of confidence there, though, because even if they overcommit, you just want to make sure you get the first down. You throw an incompletion on 4th down there, they're going to second-guess you the rest of the game.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety and being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
He will find his man Chase complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a 1st down. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Again, it's Cook. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll run with Cook. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. They try again with Cook, and he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. James Cook with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. But just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
They'll try and throw for it. And he'll get in for the 2 points. And that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. there's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a two-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
It wasn't a breakdown in protection. Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Tua. He gets it complete to Harris. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field. This offense on 3rd down today, they're hitting it just 30%, 3 for 10. This is going to be 3rd and 13. That's complete to Mooney. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now Tua. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bottling him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't... Fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Out comes the Washington offense as we get a look at the playoff race in the NFC. What we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. Running off tackle with Cook. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Off play action. Jones. Hawkinson crossing the middle and bringing it in. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and you watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the 45 on 2nd down, Jones. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cook. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 27-yard line. Looking to throw. Jones. Right back to Cook for another completion. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
This is caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Illegal forward pass. Awesome.
We knew he was close to the line of scrimmage, and they say he stepped over.
When you see him in that position, you think he's become a runner. As a DB, you start to react towards the line of scrimmage. They can often throw it over your head.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that, and my goodness, another interception. Kaiir Elam makes a pick. And the Browns will take over here just shy of the 30. After the turnover, it's Tua. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Looking to pass. Tua. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. And this will be taken at the 13. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. On 2nd and 9, Jones. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 22 yards there, a first down. Off the play fake, Jones. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He's got a man, complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. They'll try the middle with Cook. And they'll get him down right about the 20. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. So, Charles, for this offense, we've been talking all year about how difficult it would be to run the table. And you gave me your chances early in the year. You thought maybe 25%. A few weeks ago, you thought closer to 50, but not quite 50. Now, here they are, 15-0. This is happening, isn't it?
I think it is, Brandon, because I do believe this team is too invested, too well coached to fall asleep at the switch now. And I think it ultimately benefits them to stay engaged all the way through the season because make it to the finish line, then they get the open week to refresh and re-energize. But if you get off the gas now, that can really hurt you come playoff time.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. So here comes Justin Tucker in a big spot. Tucker's kick is good. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. And we essentially have a brand-new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this fourth quarter. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. And we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. We're always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Tua. And that's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. This one to the sideline, he's got it. A nice job to keep the feet in, but he is a bit short here of a first down. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. This is taken at about the 14. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
From the 31, Tua, and that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. If you're thinking field goal from here, it's 48 yards. I think they'd like to get him a little help now on 3rd down and move it closer. It's caught, Smith. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
On the give, this is Harris. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Setting up the screen, Harris. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 2nd and 6 from the 10. They'll try the right side with Harris. There down to about the 9. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it. A big 3rd down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Got his tight end. That's complete. Brad Smith. And oh, he's just It's going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And his kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Taken in at the 3. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Meanwhile, Jones' throw taken in here by Chase. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Tucker's kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. When you talk about clutch, that one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Cleveland offense making their way out. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Tua sets up to pass it. Connects with Duvernay. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First down now, but that clock rolling. Here's Tua. Going up top. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Following the play here, now we've got an injury. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. 2 to throw. He's going to try and go deep again. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Tua. Pass complete to Harris. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Swinging this out wide here for Cook. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Working with a 2nd and 3. Cook up the gut. And he'll go down at the 28. 115 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. They run again on 1st down. Cook. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So it's up now to one of the most accurate kickers in NFL history, Justin Tucker. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So a victory here for the Commanders.
And a little bit of a surprise they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ballgame.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off, but they do know that in the future they've got to work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.
So for the Commanders, they have indeed reached a perfect 16-0, but now still 1 game remains before they join the 07 Pats and the 72 Dolphins as the only teams to finish a regular season unbeaten.